What's up guys, eRivera94 bringing another action figure review. And this time we're going to take a look at the Star Wars SH Figuarts Chewbacca figure from A New Hope. This is Bandai Tamashii Nation's work, of course. And here we have Chewie finally. He was actually teased a long time ago in prototype form with Han Solo as well. And we finally got Han Solo. And now we have Chewie to accompany him. There is the side of the box, and here is the back. It's our standard packaging design for the Star Wars line. And then here is the other side. So you can see right here he does come with another head and some accessories. So let's get into that right now. This is an exciting release in my opinion. We get an original trilogy character, one of the most famous characters of course in Star Wars. Finally an SH Figuarts form, and it looks great. They did a good job on it. Lots of sculpt work here. I love how they sculpted the entire figure. The fur is just sculpted nicely, and it's painted nicely too. It's not lazy at all. You can see different variations of brown, some shading. Everything looks really good, and I'm very happy for this release. Now what looked to be a second head entirely actually was just a second face. So it uses the same head. So here's the face, but you can see it actually is just the face and not the entire head. I say they captured the likeness spot on. I mean, that is Chewbacca. You know, Chewbacca has that unique look that makes him look entirely different from any other Wookiee. So when they went to Kashyyyk in the prequels, we saw all the other Wookiees there, and they all look different. You know, they didn't all look like Chewbacca. Chewbacca has that look, that different look, so that makes him Chewbacca. So I think they captured that look very nicely. They did a good job, in my opinion. You can see all the paint there, sculpted nicely. I like it a lot. This is of course the open mouth version of him, where he, I guess, is talking or yelling or whatnot. Teeth are painted pretty nice. The tongue in there is painted nicely as well. And he comes with, of course, his crossbow looking gun here, and it comes with a sculpted hand on it right there, so you can't remove this hand, which is not a big deal. It's okay by me. I don't think you can remove it though. I'm not gonna try to pull it off and break it. So the only downside to this is if you want to strap this on his shoulder, you're gonna have a hand hanging off of it if it's not removable. But it seems to me it's on there pretty hard, and I do not want to risk breaking it. So if there's anyone else that is more risky with their figures and don't mind it breaking, then try to pull it off, see if it comes off. But they did make a strap, so I guess if you pose him and you hide the hand behind, or hide the entire gun over his shoulder, you won't see the hand. So from the front, it'll be okay. You know, it's not the biggest deal ever. I think everyone's pretty much going to have him with his gun in his hand. At least I will. And you can see how far they went by sculpting the hair, kind of drooping down, hanging down, because of course he's holding the gun, so that it would only make sense that the hair would be down. And with that, we also have two open hands right here. They also did sculpt the fur or hair, whatever you want to call it, kind of slanted, angled down. It's not just straightforward, so that's pretty good. It's not bad. I guess if you have his hands raised up, it'll look okay, since it's kind of like, you know, it's not straight up. So I accept that right there. These, on the other hand, which are fists, they are sculpted. The first sculpted kind of straightforward, so if you ever have his arms up, you know, they're kind of like, it's not the biggest deal ever. This is second face sculpt right there on the figure, so he looks pretty good. Everything is well hidden, you know, besides those elbow joints right here where you see the big joints on the front there, but the knees are nicely done. On the back though, it does get ugly, so you have that right there, but everything else is nicely covered by fur. So we do have lots of articulation for this figure. It's nice. I like it, just seeing it. And one of my favorite pieces is right here, is the back of the head. They actually have a hinge here, so the hair won't get in the way when you're trying to move the head up, so he can look up like this thanks to that piece of articulation right here. That's really nice. I like that they included that they went that far. They realized I was gonna hinder, so they did that. Now it does look weird with the hair kind of just fixed in that position. It should be more down, but what else are you gonna do? I think if they would have added articulation to this, it would have been awkward. It would look very weird. So that's good that they didn't do that. I can live with that, you know, it's not that big of a deal. Now he can't look down, so there's that. So he is a bit of a tall character that can't look down on people, but it's not a big deal to me, you know. I don't know others. His head does go left and right about that much, so you can see that. The arms, they're nicely articulated as well, so they go forward and back, in and out. Good range of motion. You can see that socket in there and how that shoulder can move around like that, so that's good. There is a shoulder swivel, so you can swivel it right there on the shoulder, and there is a bicep swivel too, so that's good. The elbows bend further than 90 degrees right there. The wrist swivel, and they hinge as well. There is a waist swivel, and it does go forward and back like that, and you can kind of tilt them side to side, so there's good motion. There's kind of like a lower diaphragm joint. Then going down to the legs, you can move him forward like that, and down, and in and out, as so. They have these separate pieces right here that you can kind of move it around. You see that? So that allows for the movement to go even further, and then once he's standing up straight, you can move that down because it'll look awkward with that gap there. So you just move that piece to cover it, and there you go. But then you can, you can literally get him to sit down, and so that's good range of motion right there on the legs there. Thigh swivel up in the upper leg, so it's not really a cut on the thigh, but it does swivel either way. There is a double jointed knee. Ankles go forward and back. They do pivot. They go side to side, and they have toe articulation as well. Also wanted to show his little satchel here and how well they painted it and sculpted it. Everything's nice. The little ring right there, the button there, the buckles over here. It's all painted nicely. You can see how they shaded the satchel itself. Different tones of brown there. Everything's good. It's not removable, even though it's kind of loose. It's actually attached to the shoulder, and it's molded onto his shoulder. So unless you rip it off, it's gonna stay on the figure. Don't see why you would want it off the figure. So I guess that's fine. And they did make it loose all around. They didn't mold it on his torso or on his hip, so it's not stuck there. So that's, at least they did that. It's good. So I am very happy with that. Han Solo has joined his fellow companion, and there they are next to each other. Obviously, you can see that Chewie stands taller than him, which he should. Now, question is he in scale? Should he be taller? Should he be shorter? He definitely shouldn't be shorter. So he's at decent height. I think it looks fine. It wouldn't hurt to see him a little bit taller, but I'm also fine with his height right now. He's not too short in my opinion. So I think it looks fine to me. They look good together. I do kind of wish he could look down a little bit, because him looking straight forward kind of looks a little weird to me. It also is a little tough to get him to hold his weapon like that with like his other hand underneath the barrel. A little hard to do that. He also doesn't really have a hand to grip the barrel of the gun, so I'm using his hand like this, the open hand, to just kind of lay it under as much as I can. So alright guys, so overall it's a nice figure to add to your SH Figuarts Star Wars collection. You definitely need Chewbacca, and they did a good job on this figure. It looks just like him. Everything's nice, sculpted very nicely, and they articulated him great. So, and he's also 100 times better than the Black Series version of Chewbacca. And if you guys don't believe me, then see for yourself. Look at this comparison. Holy crap. So of course Black Series is huge. It's taller. It's way taller. Hasbro figures have always been taller than Bandai Figuarts figures. That goes with everything. The SH Figuarts Marvel figures, Iron Man and Captain America, all those figures are smaller than Marvel Legends by like an inch or maybe half an inch. So they're always going to be a little shorter. That's why you can't really display Figuarts with Marvel Legends or with Black Series, because they just aren't going to go and scale with each other. So let's just get that out the way before people start complaining about the height due to this comparison. Now with that said, I would rather take this figure that looks so screen accurate and is a little shorter compared to this figure that's taller and looks nothing like the Chewbacca that we see in the movie. And you really don't realize how inaccurate this looks until you compare him next to the SH Figuarts version. I mean, that is crazy right there. Very, very crazy. And I would go with the SH Figuarts Chewbacca any day. Any day. See, right now, this scale is way too big with this Han Solo. Is just way too tall. So I'd say this one is better because they're both figures. They go and scale with each other. I mean, it really is just night and day right there. And just for the sake of a true comparison, since this one has an open mouth, let's go ahead and get this with an open mouth. And take a look at that. So they both got the open mouth. Which one looks better to you? I mean, seriously, guys. So there you have it. This is the best Chewbacca figure in 6-inch scale that we have so far out of any toy company. So they did a great job. They nailed the look. They nailed everything. This is why I love Figuarts. This is why I love Bandai and this whole line. They do such great work for almost every line that they work on. So great addition to your Star Wars collection. Go out and get them now while you still can. You guys are gonna like it. So with that said, hope you guys enjoy the review. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you guys would like, and don't forget to have a great day. Bye.
That's crispy.